Welcome back into the workshop for a rather chilly Dave's Diary update. 4 degrees out here at the moment. Heater on, beanie on, woolly jersey. Still 4 degrees. Isn't good. Failed attempts, like you wouldn't believe, coming out the yin-yang this morning, and it must be related to how chilly it is out here. Not freezing cold, but you wouldn't want to stand around too long, I can tell you. But yesterday I finished drilling the holes that I could access, which is going to be the topic for this video, that I could access on this panel, and I'm ready now to pin it in place. I just about made the mistake of thinking, well, it'd be easier to manipulate this if I had it in 2 pieces, but I'm going, whoa, hang on. That was probably where I went wrong last time. As likely, I got the holes drilled in the 2 halves, those ones right over there, quite accurate. But when I went to pin them in place, there must have been a slight misregistration somewhere. Obviously there was. Or the holes weren't 100% on each of them, and So this time I drilled the holes very, I paid a lot of attention to the drilling of the holes, and I got them pretty darn good. Along that 2 meter length, there's a little deviation of 0.3 of a mil, which is a little bit, but I consider 0.3 out over that full length in the middle not too bad. And I would split the difference, because the way the ratios work, that the alignment error from that point there to that point there of about a meter is around about 0.15 of a mil. That's starting to get to be acceptable. And for the use that I'm going to put it to, I'm going to have to accept that tolerance. Doesn't sound much, does it? But anyway, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Now, one of the things I wanted to think about and contemplate was how I make this top, or this pad, what I'm now starting to call the sketchy builder pad, or top. How do I make it more usable and functional? And one of the things came up is, or when my thoughts was, got no idea. However, it would be nice to be able to, well, that was great, wasn't it? I need to be able to get to some of the holes that I can't get to using the drill press. Because as it turns out, short-sighted of me a little bit, my original pads and strips were going to be either 300, no problem, or 400, a wee bit of a problem as it turned out. The 400 wide pads had their first set of holes at spaced in from the edge 50 mil. That allowed me to get to most, if not all, of the holes that I would want for the pads. However, as I'm now developing the sketchy builder pads, I wanted to be able to drill the first set of holes 25 millimeters in from the edge, which means I can reach a certain number of holes from that edge and a certain number of holes from that edge, but not all of them. And not all of them includes this row here. Darn it. And I thought I was going to be able to reach them, and I cut a little strip, 15 millimeters, off of the edge, and still couldn't reach them. So, darn it again. So if I wanted to reach all of the holes that I could mark out, I'd need to change my ideas of having a 400 wide panel. At least be able to reach with the drill press I have. And the drill press is that one over there. It's not an expensive one, but I looked at some more expensive ones, like they're higher priced, and the distance from the chuck or the quill to the post was about the same. They're a better quality of what I've got there. To get anything with a bigger distance out there, it is a whole level of cost additional to what I want to spend, which is zero. So I'm going to have to put up with that. That to the center of the chuck, from the tip of the drill press, would be about 170, I think it was. 170. So I can only get to holes that are 150 or closer to the edge. This one, after me reducing this size is 210. Okay, well that's not going to be reachable anyway. So for me to reach that, I've got to be able to, I'd have to reduce this a bit more. And I haven't already reduced it. Yeah, I don't want to. So, rather than making this more versatile, I thought, well, can we make it more, or the accessories, more able to drill those holes? Now, bear that in mind and put it aside for a moment, if you can. I'm going to try to make it coherent. Some pads are made bigger than the 300 or 400 wide width. I've got one buried underneath there, and it's about either 700 or 800 millimeters square. All of the holes can be marked using the 3-4-5 squaring method, using the bars that I've made, so they can be marked, but I can't drill them with a drill press. Freehand them? Yep. Have I got a jig for that? Yep. Would I want to use it? Never. Because it introduces the possibility of out of plumb holes. And I've ran across that right at the beginning of my attempts to make this MFT style of top, and it's what made me a bit desperate, wind up cutting the panels 300 or 400 wide. And I go, this is actually good, and I can drill them out on the drill press. Now, with that said, I made up a bar here. This is not the first attempt, but it is the best one, believe it or not. As agricultural as it looks, it really works well. It is simply a 25 millimeter thick panel. It's required to be 25 mil or thicker. 25 or 30 would be even better. And it has been drilled out with quite accurately spaced holes at 100 mil spacings. It means that the bigger boards can now be marked. They can be drilled around the edge with the drill press, or any hole that can be obtained, drilled on the drill press. And then this can be sat in and pinned into the holes that I was able to drill, and I can move this board backwards and forwards with this hole here set for the guides, or taking the guides. It has got a guide top and bottom. That is why it needed to be this thick. The thread length in each guide is 10 millimeters, and I was able to thread it in, don't laugh, into custom wood. Now, if you do that in a certain procedure, like with due care, it actually works really, really well. Now, the saving grace may well be that it's got a very, very fine thread, these bushes. The same thread, it's a 14 by 1 millimeter thread. It's exactly the same thread as I've got here. Now, initially, I was just using the drill guides themselves as the bushings. But that's fine if you want certain size holes, but I wanted a 20 millimeter hole, didn't I? So I'm able to put the drill bit that's drilled all these holes in the bushing that was in the jig that came with the handheld jig originally. So I bought 2 of those jigs in the end so I could get these 2 bushings. And I've been able to screw them into the melamine. I know, this sounds rough, but it works fine. But with those 2 bushes and the width of the guide, like how it's holding the drill bit, if I try and wobble this end here, I can only just perceive the tiniest amount of movement there. I can't see it, I can only just feel it anyway. But at this point, 0 wobble. So that's boding well. And this is not even really to the pertinent point in this video. I now want to be able to take this idea and transfer it to drilling out holes in a pad like this. And I want to be able to drill lots of holes. Thank you very much. Carry on. And that's because these holes here have been drilled with a template very accurately, and I need to be able to get to all of these holes. All these ones here can be done by the drill press, but the row here, 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 and here, well, and here can't be. So the logic is, as I'm trying to work it out this morning, I'm going to make another pad, not a big long strip like this, but a pad that is going to be created by that template. And I'm just going to riddle it with marks for holes that can all be drilled out on the drill press. Yippee. Some will be transferred to here, and these circles are indicative of where this bushing could be placed, allowing me a certain amount of flexibility and capability, even with this setup. And then, this is where it gets a little bit nebulous, I need to be able to have pads that elevate this up off the surface, obviously, because I need to come up at least 35 millimeters. Well, 36 would be good because it's two thicknesses of these. And I can then pin these to my pad wherever I need it. Stick this new pad that will hold this drill bit, and I can drill absolutely anywhere on this area here and out here, all the way out to these sets of holes. I can drill off of the drill press by this. This is as accurate as the drill press. Yippee. Because it's pinned in place, I can put both hands on the handheld drill, the cordless drill, and push down and do my cuts. And that was the issue or point for the handheld jig that I had purchased. This one here. This is where the guides came from and the drill bit. So this was the big hope for my creation of my top. It holds with the bushing, it holds the drill bit, you put it in place, hold it down, and then you drill. Yeah, okay, good theory. First thing is, that would probably be okay if you're using custom wood or MDF or plywood. Melamine coated MDF, maybe not so much. Because of the hardness of the surface, you have to put quite a bit of effort onto that particular drill bit at least, and by doing that there is the very real, and I found that out almost immediately, the very real possibility that as you put the pressure on the drill, your pressure goes on the handle and you cant the drill over a little bit and your holes aren't dead plumb. As much as you'd want to think that you could counter that, you won't. And even if you could do it on most of them, there'll be quite a number that would be out of alignment. And that's what I found. So yes, this probably would work on custom wood and plywood, but not melamine custom wood. Just saying. It also was the odd thing in there, and that's why I've got a bit of, this is an aside, a bit of tape there. It's got the rubber pads on the bottom, which meant that this actually rocked because the thickness of those pads, thin though they be, permitted the jig to push down. Part of the problem, when you're putting the pressure on with the drill. Now, if you had this pinned down in place, like you would with the more sophisticated systems, like the PATH system and the, what are they called, True Grid by Dennis from Hooked on Wood, they are pinned in place so that you can drill down accurately and safely. Well, that's what we're creating here Just as I didn't even think of it that I was starting to go towards that side of things. And now you go, oh yeah, I can see why they would want to, because most of my holes were drilled on the drill press. But now having this requirement to drill these other holes, I have to make the jigs pinned in place. And as I say, more so because it's melamine surface. Long story short, I need to create a set of plates or pads that elevate the main pad with the drill bit. So I'm going to create a couple of these sorts of bigger pads with a whole lot of holes in it to allow me to pin it in place wherever I want. And it's a lot of holes, but hey, but keep the center of the pad drilled out to take the bushings. In theory, I should only need to have one central position for that bushing, but all of the holes in the elevation, the pads that elevate the drill should be able to accommodate the different positioning. Now, how much of that was coherent and which some of it was just like, what the hell's he talking about? Well, I'm going to have to make a picture, won't I? A model, and show you, because probably that's the only way my rambly old explanation will make any sense. But the thing is, we want to be able to allow people to do this in their own workshop instead of having to have some whiz-bang CNC machine. Oh, look, honestly, by the time I'd finished drilling all these holes the other day, drilling them and then chamfering both sides, and there's 136 holes, so there's like 280 chamfers, a couple less, but I was ready to, fork out 20 grand for a CNC machine, because it was like, bah, I was knackered. So, not really. 20 grand. Yeah. Anyway, CNC machine, if you've got one, got access to one, yeah, make sure you're friends with that person. Oh dear. But this is something that we can do in-house when we want it, not having to, suck up to the local joiner or a friend or anything to get something done that's just a interruption to their production. So, yeah, and some of them probably wouldn't want to do that. We can do that close to CNC accuracy. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Rightio, that's it. I better end this, make the pads that I said I was going to make, and see how clever it works out to be in reality. There's been many a plan in this workshop that is wound up in the rubbish bin. I think there'll be a few workshops like that. Rightio, that's it. Yeah. Go make the pad, David. Go pin this in place. That might be the next best thing I do. Rightio, that's it. You're not even going to get to see what I was talking about in the other videos that I've deleted, so I'll have to make that a wee bit of another video later on. Rightio. See you later now. Bye.